college graduate, LRCC alumni, associate holder of fire science. Many names, many ways you can put it as, but they all mean the same thing. I've graduated college, and it's the end of the road. Or is it? So about a month ago, I walked the stage of the Colonial Theater in Laconia to receive my associate's degree in fire science. The past couple of years have been an absolute journey for learning about the fire service, navigating college, and learning more and more about who I am as a person. If I had to summarize my experience as a student, now alumni of LRCC, I would put it as constant learning in and out of the classroom, which I know sounds pretty generic, but allow me to explain. So before we get into the video, I ask that you show some love, like, subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean a lot, really trying to grow this channel, really trying to expand my message. And every like and subscriber goes a long way in that journey. So in this video, I'll be going over the good, the bad, the ugly, and the truth about college. So let's get into it. So growing up, the same thing was drilled in my head as it probably has been for many of you. You have to go to college to get a degree, to get a job, to build a good life for yourself. And as that statement is not wrong, it's also not entirely true. It wasn't until the last couple of trimesters that I really set my sights on something I wanted to do. To pursue fire science, to become a firefighter. Before that, the plan was either to go out and work or go to some local community college for marketing or business administration. However, those plans quickly fell apart in my marketing class where, to make it brief, you mention Andrew Tate or any male influencer in a room full of liberal, sort of deranged women, like it really doesn't end well for you. And before we continue, if you're one of those people who wanted to give me the attention for saying a name in class that you got offended by, I'm still waiting for that apology letter. Email's open, phone's open, contact me however you'd like. Anyways, moving on. So following that fiasco, I did an internship through my high school that put me in a front and center view of the fire service. From going on call to doing training to experiencing the culture, every time I go to one of these intern days after school, it really solidified my desire and drive to pursue this, to become a firefighter, to put others above me and to serve. And so with that decision made, after graduating high school, I was off to college in the Lakes region. So it didn't take long during my first year or my first semester to adjust to the new lifestyle of being up at school. New school, new people, new program, new living situation. Everything was new. Everything was there to be figured out. Actually, it only took like a few weeks to a month to get settled in and get to work. I was fortunate enough where in terms of class load, it wasn't that crazy. Had about 3 or 4 classes to manage, so I did have the time to adjust to living on my own, to living with people I've never met before, and to kind of figure out the lay of the land up in the area, kind of see what there is to do and what adventure there is to be had. So what I first thought of as a con actually ended up being a pro, to where up in Lakes Region, New Hampshire, up in Laconia, there's not a whole lot going on. Concord, Manchester, all these big cities by New Hampshire standards were half an hour, 40 minutes away, so it would have been quite a hike to get out there to mess around and bullshit. So I was put in a very fortunate position where all I could do up there was do schoolwork and work out, which I quickly realized then and look back on now as actually pretty awesome. Granted too, there were some people who tried to party in the dorms, but it's like, dude, it's a fucking community college. Go to class. Go to class, show up early, actually go there and try. Don't be messing around. This isn't fucking Plymouth, this isn't UNH. Gotta lock in. But in all seriousness, the first semester was a significant adjustment, but certainly manageable. I made friends, I made connections, I found my way, and ended the semester with success. Got to enjoy a month off during Christmas, got to be home, got to be with family, spent that time processing everything, but then getting geared right back up to get after it again the next year. So came the second semester. Same situation, but new challenges. This time I'd have classes every day of the week, ranging from 4 hours to essentially all day. So during the second semester, things really got real. The first semester was pretty straightforward, not a lot of classes, adjusted pretty well, pretty quickly. But this following semester was constant attack. Monday class, Tuesday class, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. at the academy all day. Not a lot of time to train, not a lot of time to live. The Fire Academy was essentially my life for that period of time. And it was really during the second semester where I learned most of the lessons about myself, about other people, and about life. The first lesson I learned, and learned pretty quickly, was to use time with intention. You have class 5 days a week, you try and work out most of those days, door dashing where and when I can, get some extra cash coming in, and whatever else I had. I had to schedule diligently, I had to itemize each task, X amount of time, for a certain point throughout the day. Fortunately, I figured out pretty quickly that at Fire Academy, I'd literally go to the Planet Fitness, that was in the city, and after that I'd door dash for a couple hours, and head back up to campus. And that was pretty much my life for like 4 or 5 months. And to go off that, work hard, but also work smart. Getting everything done I had to get done throughout the week was definitely hard work. But strategizing from what I could do, honestly, in my car while I was on break, or had whatever downtime I had, door dashing, really doing like the minor and quick to do assignments while in that time frame. And anything big, anything that required a lot of attention, I'd be able to go back to my dorm, lock in, and get those done. And going back to what I thought was a curse but not being a blessing was all I could do up there was work out and do schoolwork. So I wasn't being distracted by people, by partying, by some crazy downtown city life, or really anything else. I had a beach, but it was freaking January. It's freezing out there. I'm not going there. So it was definitely a good spot to really, again, lock in and get stuff done. And what I would say was the biggest lesson of them all is learning who wants to see you succeed. Because there are a lot of people that I got on with for the Fire Academy and throughout it that really didn't do much to help me. Because I had some points where I struggled, I wasn't confident, I wasn't sure of myself. And instead of kind of creating this brotherhood where we can all help each other, I did feel kind of torn down. Not that it stopped me, got my Fire 1, Fire 2, got my CPAT, and got on the job. But looking back on that, if I had feelings, that would hurt. And remarkably, people that I would have never expected to sort of be there for me, to help me get through whatever challenge I was facing so I could pass that and carry on. Those efforts and that impression, that will never leave me. That will stay with me. This person, these people, truly represent the mystery in the way that God works. So following this monumental success, the last couple semesters weren't really that eventful. I took my advanced TMT class the following summer, got through that just before next semester started. Had a decent amount of classes, however I was no longer living up there, just being to a couple, doing a couple online, and the following semester I was all remote, doing everything from home, as I was able to become a firefighter before graduating. Which is pretty cool because look at how many our majors get jobs while they're in school. It's not many. And so obviously, this last semester, the one I just wrapped up, finished my classes, made honors, walked the stage, got my degree, and that was the end of my tenure at LRCC. So as these couple years come to a close, as these lessons and memories will be firmly engraved in my conscience, the question is, was this all worth it? Is college worth it? Or is college a scam? And the answer might surprise you. If you go to college to be, let's say, you're a doctor, lawyer, engineer, healthcare professional, or a very specific skill set that will earn you a high-paying specific job, college is worth it, as most likely you need a degree, you need to learn the skills, you need to show one of these employers who are offering this job that you're qualified. And unfortunately, you can't just go on Google, learn all about this stuff, and get by. That's just not how that works. However, if you're graduating from high school, you're looking for what's next, and if all anyone tells you is to go to college, I would strongly advise that you reconsider. A college major is not like some high school elective. You don't pick the one that sounds interesting or the one you kind of want to do. You're making an investment in yourself, you're making an investment in your future. This could potentially be the thing you do for the rest of your life. You don't want to go and do it because it's the least boring or something that interests you that you have no real intention of actually pursuing. If you go to college and you don't know what you want to do, simply a waste of time and a waste of money. Instead, work. Pick up skills that don't require a college degree. Pick up a trade, pick up sales, start a side hustle. There's so many things that you can do to get ahead after high school that don't involve you going to college. And for the most part, the pedigree of a college degree has kind of lost its allure. All I gotta say is there are a lot of educated idiots. You can still be an idiot even with a PhD. And anyone who judges you for working after high school, for pursuing something else and not college, you should not be around, you should not have them in your life. As long as you're trying to improve in some way. You're trying to build a life for yourself. You're not in your parents' basement, playing video games, eating junk food, swiping on Tinder, and jerking off. As long as you're not doing that, as long as you're not being a fucking loser, you're on the right path, and I commend you for that. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. Those are my experiences over the past couple of years. I hope you found it insightful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Look forward to hearing from you. And once again, make sure to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. We're trying to get ahead of the channel, guys. And every one of you plays an integral part in that. Let's get after it, guys. Take it easy.